spoilers as well. So this is a spoiler alert for the movie Linings Playbook. And just talk about some things that I find interesting. And also be eating. I got this mac and cheese, which I bought ready-made from a store. So also got this cup of tea. It's peppermint tea. So yeah, now I'm sorry. I remember this guy. I had an interview with this. I guess I'm not sure if you call him a salesperson or you call him like a counselor, but he was working for Robertson College, which is an interesting thing in Canada. Like the universities in Canada, most of them are highly subsidized, so you only end up paying like $3,000 or something. Out of pocket for tuition, I think, per semester. So it's, some people find that expensive, other people don't, but it's not like in the States where college is costing you like 30 grand a year and stuff like that. So however, we do have some colleges which give mostly do like a 1 year degree, 1 year diplomas or certificates. This good mac and cheese, trying to get you in the job market quickly. And then they're for profit, and they cost a lot of money, like at least $10,000, maybe like I think maybe $13,000 for for a 10-month course, something like that. And that's not with room and board and like we're staying in residence. That's just the tuition and maybe books too, and fees. And so I was inquiring. I had this interview with this sales, I would call him a salesperson from Robertson College. For a profit college, and I was inquiring about a program that would teach me to be like a software, or what do you call it, like a computer programmer, yeah. And he said to me, he's like, you know, Matt, I don't know if you're gonna make an app that makes you $10 million. He's trying to inspire me, so I enrolled in the course, of course, but that was interesting. But he's also trying to get me to enroll in a massage therapy course. I did not apply for Robertson College. What? Yeah. Instead, I probably talked to you about this before, but yeah, I did a 3-year degree in a Bachelor of Physical and Health Education. Which is basically like kinesiology, and it's with kinesiology being the study of human movement, where you learn about human anatomy and stuff like that, the muscles and the bones and stuff. Learn how to help people exercise and stuff like that. But yeah, that was another interesting thing, I think, in my opinion. I was this is a while back, but I was living in Winnipeg, Canada, and yeah, I found this advertisement for a room for rent, and I went and had the interview with the lady who was the landlord. said, "You are not allowed, if you stay here, you're not allowed to have any guests at all in this house. It can only be you in this house and your roommates." And she said the only exception is if you're moving in or moving out, then you can have a friend or family member, of course, help you move. But other than that, you're not allowed to have any guests. And I actually, I agree. I moved into that place, and I did not have any guests in even when I moved, but so I didn't really break the rules. But remember the wall between my room and one of my roommates' rooms was like paper thin, and I kept on getting up. Normally if I'm using the computer and stuff, I get up a lot. I just always find the need to get up and get a glass of water or some snacks, or go pace around or something. I spend a lot of time on the computer, but I still get up a lot, you know. And I was just simply getting up and moving my chair back to get up from my computer. And I guess the scraping sound of the chair's feet on the wood flooring, which was pretty old, was pretty loud, and my roommate came and talked to me about it, and he's like, "Can you please, it's way too loud, blah blah blah." And so I started getting up more quietly and stuff. And mac and cheese is really good. I think I already said that though. But yeah, that's probably might be a bit of a boring story, but now, yeah, I found this, I forget the brand name, but I saw an advertisement recently on Facebook for some instant noodles, and some of them have, like, I think it's Sichuan chili, which like numbs your lips, and it's spicy, which is interesting. I think they had that in when I was teaching English in China. I think they had pasta in the restaurants with that type of chili in it. I like spicy food. I want my lips to be numb, so yeah, let me just see. I'm thinking about getting the Amazon credit card. I think it's called the Amazon Rewards credit card. I think the welcome offer is that for the first $3,000 you spend on Amazon, you'll get 5% cash back, which is pretty big, but just up to maximum $3,000 of spend though. Now, and after that welcome offer, you'll get 2.5% back on Amazon purchases or Whole Foods purchases. If let me just see, if you're a Prime member, Amazon Prime member, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get free shipping and stuff like that. And also, I guess, perks on this credit card, and then you can watch movies on Amazon Prime. So, and what else is there? After the welcome offer ends, you can also earn basically 1% back on anything else that you buy, I think. Now, because I think the credit card that I currently have, well, I have a couple, but one of them is a Scotiabank Momentum No Fee Visa. And with that card, on certain things I'm earning, because I forget how much cash back, but I think basically on a lot of categories of spend, I'm only earning 0.5% cash back. But with the Amazon MasterCard, I'd be earning 1% cash back. So that's kind of why. That's kind of why I want to go for the Amazon credit card, because I have an American Express card as well, which I like. But unfortunately, in Canada, I'm not sure if it's the same as in the United States. I know I said this before, sorry. But in Canada, a lot of places you can't use American Express because they charge high fees. Like, I can't use it to pay my internet bill. It doesn't work. I have to use my Visa. I can't use it when I go for ice cream at the local ice cream shop that I really like. And so I'm just thinking about getting this Amazon. Credit card there. I thought there was something else that I was going to say about it. I'm not sure. I was going to say that I don't know if you've ever. Another thing I was going to say about it is that I'm thinking about making quite a large purchase on Amazon. It's first world problems, but I can't seem to decide on which items I want to buy, which is totally first world whiny problems. But you have hungry kids in some countries and blah blah, and there's me whining about not sure what to buy on Amazon. So, but basically I'm in the market for a 4 terabyte external hard drive, so I can put my YouTube videos on that, and so if I get hacked, then I'm okay, and I can just re-upload my videos in case I get some crazy guy who deletes my videos. I'm thinking about buying a blender. I'm not sure which blender to buy though, because I was thinking about buying a blender. It's like it has a cup. It's basically like a plastic cup, and you can tip it upside down, and then you have the blade going up into it, and it's just like single serving. I was thinking about getting one of those by the brand Ninja, but I was talking to my girlfriend and she says she might want green smoothies as well, so I might have to get a bigger blender cup. So that's big news here. I have a girlfriend now, we're official. So that's good, yeah. Official as of, I think this morning, this morning. So we work together and stuff. Yeah, so that's really good. And now, what was I gonna say? Also thinking of buying a desk or like a table to go on top of this desk that I'm sitting at right now. It's a computer desk, because basically what I'd like to do is get the food in the frame, basically. So have a plate about this high, have the food on there, and then when you're doing these videos where you're eating food ASMR, the food is in the shot, which is what the big YouTubers do. The big YouTuber ASMR, they all have the food in the shot, basically. It's only us amateur folks who have the food like down here where you can't even see it, and you can only see the food when you go up with a spoonful. Food in the shot, just more aesthetically pleasing, I suppose. But yeah, also thinking about buying a MagSafe battery charger for my iPhone 15 Pro Max. just with it magnetized, just snap onto the back of your phone, charge it up wirelessly. Because I'm getting into some situations where I'm in bed and my phone's running out of juice and I have nothing I can do about that. Because I do have a wireless charger, but it's on like this stand and stuff. And it's not really portable. It can't really. I mean, you could have it in bed, I guess, but you wouldn't want to, right? I was gonna ask, have you seen items advertised on Temu? I have, I guess it's kind of like Amazon in a way, but yeah, it's like I saw this ice machine maker on Temu, and it looked pretty good actually. A lot of the items I'm seeing advertised seem pretty good actually. I'm not sure if they're cheap though. Probably are cheap in price, but if they're cheap in quality as well, that would be kind of a problem. So, but yeah, I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but one time I was in Phuket, Thailand, and we were preparing, me and this group of people, were preparing to go on this boat ride that the resort that we're staying at was going to host. And they took us on a boat ride to this island, and it must have been like noon, and we were in the lobby of the hotel, and there must have been like 12 of us, and we were all drinking at like noon and being so loud, and the employee from front desk at the resort came up to us twice, and he's like, I can't concentrate, you guys are being way too loud, I can't believe this, and so please quiet down. Yeah, so I was watching some Batman Kevo. He's like this really flashy guy that gives advice on building your credit and stuff like that, and he wears a lot of jewelry and stuff like that, expensive jewelry, but he has some good advice. But he was riding an elephant in Thailand. He has a YouTube video of that. At the same time, I think he's promoting his OnlyFans or promoting something. I forget what it was, but it was interesting. Like, you're hustling even when you're on an elephant in Thailand. Excuse me one sec. Let me just see here. Yeah, I mean, I noticed there's a Bitcoin ATM where you can withdraw money, I guess, from, like if you're invested in Bitcoin, you can withdraw cash and exchange your Bitcoin for cash. And that was in this mall where my psychiatrist's office is. But it's like this downtown dingy mall where there's like very few people walking around, and like most of the stores have moved out there already. They moved on to like bigger malls, I think, and it just seems kind of out of place. And I think you can also deposit your money and buy Bitcoin. It's interesting. I'm kind of starting to get interested in Bitcoin. I've been watching some interviews with a guy named Michael Saylor, who likes Bitcoin a lot. Probably has invested heavily into Bitcoin as well, and yeah, I guess I'm trying to explain why I'm interested in it, but I don't even know if I have a strong argument right now. But I am getting more interested in Bitcoin now. I think it might be a good investment, but you can let me know if you think Bitcoin's a good investment or not in the comments. interesting. Remember one thing the boxer Mike Tyson said is that like he was shorter than most of his opponents, and he said you'd never hear somebody say that the taller opponent has a height or reach disadvantage over the shorter opponent. It's always the other way around. They say that the opponent's taller than his opponent. And he says, well, this guy has a reach advantage or a height advantage, but I kind of forgot why Mike Tyson thought that, but he won a lot of fights. I'll just go get some apples here. I finished my macaroni and cheese already. Yeah, last night was pretty crazy because I'll talk about my work day. We had no house person on. I work at a resort as front desk agent and night audit, but I check people in, and stuff like that. But we normally we are able to shuttle employees home or from home to work, and the person usually responsible for that is called the house person. And but last night the house person called in sick, so we had no house person. Sorry, I need to drink water real quick. Okay. So basically I had to do house person duties. Another house person duties like getting blankets and stuff like that for guest rooms, and guest came up and wanted a couple blankets and we had none in the back, so I had to go and find some. So I did that and that worked out okay. But another thing I had to do is we had 3 employees wanting to get rides home, and I had to do it since there's no house person. So yeah, I was gonna say I drove them home, but then on my way back it was nighttime and very dark out, and it was on a 2-lane highway, basically with lanes going opposite directions, and a truck was coming towards me, and he stopped and flashed his lights at me. I didn't know what it meant, and I didn't really do anything about it. But then I saw a deer crossing the road right in front of me, and I pretty much braked pretty hard on my car, and luckily I didn't hit the deer, but I came very close to hitting a deer last night. So yeah, I'm so glad I didn't hit that deer, man, for the deer's sake, and because it's my parents' vehicle, and I would suck to ruin their vehicle. I'm wondering, I'm taking a probiotic now, and I'm wondering if that's causing me to have strange dreams, because I had some just pretty vivid dreams the other day. Normally, these days I don't remember my dreams, right? So, but a probiotic, I guess, is supposed to create a culture of bacteria in your gut that'll benefit you, I guess. Some way, I'm not exactly sure why, but I remember asking my, I think university, I was in a nutrition class, and I asked I think she's a dietitian, the professor, and I asked her about probiotics actually work, and she did say that they do, so. But I had a dream that I was being a dick to this guy that I used to be friends with, and we're not on bad terms or anything now, we just haven't hung out a long time, but I was just being a dick for no reason to him, and so that wasn't good. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen this guy named Jacob fucking Jones on YouTube. Instagram. But basically, this guy's whole thing is he smokes cigarettes, like, in his videos often, and that's the whole channel is about smoking cigarettes and stuff. And he does cigarette reviews and stuff, but he's got over 400,000 subscribers now on YouTube. It's crazy. And he's a very entertaining guy the way he talks, but I just hope he's not hurting his health in exchange for views and money basically on YouTube. And by the way, I'm not sure if he like if his videos are getting like he's not able to make a lot of money off the advertisement revenue, because advertisements don't want to be on smoking channels, blah blah blah, which could be the case. But I notice he also has memberships, so you can join and become a member and donate to him on a monthly basis, and then YouTube takes a cut of that. But yeah, with 400k subscribers and being as entertaining as he is, I'm sure he's making bank from this. But he seems to be frugal too. He has an old beat up car, not beat up, but an older car and stuff. So yeah, now I'll talk about Silver Linings Playbook a bit, which is a movie that I really enjoyed, and there will be spoilers, so I'm not just going to review it, I'm going to reveal important parts of it. So I recommend you watch it first, that way I don't spoil it for you, but it's up to you. I'm going to start talking about it now. And so it's a movie starring Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro, and Bradley Cooper and more. I'm not sure of the guy's mother's name, just not in real life, but in the movie, I forget. But it's about this guy. I think he's in his 30s, and he's in a psychiatric ward. And he basically says that if you work very hard in life, there's a silver lining, basically. Which would mean, I guess, that you're achieve something wonderful in life, and happiness, perhaps. Achieve happiness. Now, he gets out of the psychiatric ward, though. His mom picks him up, and they go to he goes to his parents' house, and he starts living with them. And he's in his 30s, which is and it's like in the United States, which is very taboo in the United States. Like, you're not supposed to, basically, if you're an adult and you're over the age of 20, basically you should, or I'm not sure. I think it's different in rural communities and cities, like, but in the city, like they're in Philadelphia, right? So definitely, like, when you're past the age of 25, you're supposed to be independent and blah blah blah. So and he goes and sees a psychiatrist. And his psychiatrist seems to be quite a nice fellow, but and then they go over his past and what happened, basically. And because the guy says, well, you know, I'm undiagnosed bipolar. I have bipolar disorder. explain it a bit, just from, I think it's like you go through periods of mania where you're thinking that you're like maybe godlike or something like that, and you can do anything, and you're have lots of energy and stuff like that, and you're prone to doing impulsive things like spending a lot of money or doing reckless things, and then you go into periods of depression and your mood can go up and down a lot. I think that's what bipolar is, but I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. But and then they also say you find out that what this guy did is he walked into his house one day and he found his wife cheating with a guy that he worked with. I think it might have been the principal of the school or something like that. And then he almost beat the guy to death. And also, he had a delusion, which basically you believe in something that isn't true, and even when there's no evidence to support it, basically, and he thought that I think the principal of his school was taking illegal money or something like that from the school or something, and somebody, maybe another employee of the school he was working at was doing that as well, because he was a substitute teacher, I think, in this, I'm not sure, maybe high school, I'm not sure, yeah, I think high school. So then, a little bit later, he seems to be basically mentally stable, and he's going for runs outside. He's wearing a garbage bag for some reason. I think maybe to help him sweat and lose more weight. You find out that he's lost a bunch of weight, and he goes to his friend's house, and his friend invites him for dinner. And his friend seems to be quite stressed out with life. His friend invites him over for dinner, and he goes over there, and he's wearing like a Philadelphia Eagles jersey, which is for like a dinner party. You're supposed to dress up a bit, I guess, and so his friend's wife didn't like that too much. But another person gets invited to the dinner party, and it's his friend's wife's, I think, yeah, her sister, right? That's played by Jennifer Lawrence. And you find out that basically Jennifer Lawrence, her character, she basically had a husband, but her husband went out to buy her some lingerie or something like that, and found somebody pulled over to the side of the road needing some help fixing their car, like putting a spare tire on or something. And he went to do that, and he was hit by a vehicle, struck by a vehicle on the highway, and died. Bradley Cooper's character. He starts talking with Jennifer Lawrence's character in the movie, and they start hitting it off right away. Like there's an instant connection, I would say. And then basically, one time, or I think the dinner party, the Jennifer Lawrence's character gets into a fight with a bit of a fight, not a big heated one, but a bit of a fight with her sister, and she starts, and Jennifer Lawrence's character basically started the fight, basically. I would say. And Jennifer Lawrence's character is basically like, I've had enough of this, and then she's like, can you walk me home? He says to Bradley Cooper's character. They start walking home. And they get to Jennifer Lawrence's house, which is actually her parents' house, so she's also, I think, in her 30s and living with her parents, which again is like taboo for the United States, or Canada for that matter, probably the UK too, probably any Western country basically, I would say. Now, Jennifer Lawrence's character, she says, I should really have the person's names, the characters' names memorized or written down or something. Sorry, I keep on saying Jennifer Lawrence's character, Bradley Cooper's character. It's ridiculous, but they get to her house and she's like, you can fuck me if you turn the lights off. And Bradley doesn't do it. And and then basically Bradley Cooper's going for a little while later. Bradley Cooper's going for a run, and then Jennifer Lawrence is like running by his house and like starts like chasing him a bit, and then Bradley Cooper invites her for a date. Well, it's like a meeting because he doesn't want it to be a date, and he says that to her. They go to a local diner, and then because Jennifer Lawrence's character accepts, and then Bradley Cooper's character, he orders some bran flakes, and she's like, why did you order bran flakes? And he's like, well, I didn't want you to think it was a real date. And then basically Bradley Cooper says that I'm basically trying to get my ex-wife back, and if you could help me do that, like get a letter that I wrote to her, that would be great, because I think there's a restraining order maybe on Bradley Cooper's character. I think he's not supposed to see his ex-wife now, and you don't really hear from see his ex-wife in the movie until like later on in the movie. And so it's like and then Jennifer Lawrence's character, she says basically I'll help you get a letter to I think her name's Vicky, his ex-wife, and but Jennifer Lawrence said that basically after my husband died I was depressed and I was using casual sex to medicate myself, and she's like, I started just sleeping with like every guy in the office, blah blah, and then she ended up getting fired, blah blah. And then Bradley Cooper's character, like, he judges her and he's like, blah blah, and Jennifer Lawrence gets super pissed and says fuck you and knocks the food off the counter, off the table with her hut. And just walks out of there and storms out of there. But then, yeah, so that's bad. I mean, then the cop comes and tries to break it up, and people are watching. It's a big deal. And but I mean, a little while later, they do see each other again, and Jennifer Lawrence says that, I think she says, like, what are you gonna do for me? Blah blah. I always do things for people, and I'm gonna give your ex-wife this letter for you. And I was wondering if you could want to do this dance competition with me, and we'll have to train for it. We'll have to prepare a dance for it. And then Bradley Cooper accepts. And yeah, so they basically they start meeting. I don't know how often, like maybe like once a week or so. And they start dancing and working on their choreography for this upcoming dance competition. And they're not experienced dancers at all. And excuse me. Now, yeah, so, and you find out also that Bradley Cooper's dad, who's played by Robert De Niro in the movie, he likes to gamble a bit, so you hear about that. And then one part in the video, Bradley Cooper starts freaking out because he's looking for his wedding video, and he can't find it in his house, and he starts yelling and screaming and waking up the neighbors. And a guy comes over with a young kid. He comes over, he's not super young, but comes over with a video camera, and he's like, I want to film this bipolar episode and stuff like that. And yeah, so but then Robert De Niro tells him off, tells get off, like he's like, I'm gonna break that camera over your head and stuff like that. And but yeah, so basically Bradley Cooper's character and Jennifer Lawrence start bonding, and there's definitely attraction, and they start to like each other. And Jennifer Lawrence, I think they both want to be with each other, but Bradley Cooper is more concerned with getting back together with his ex-wife, even so, right? And basically, now when it gets towards the end of the movie, basically, you find out that there's this guy who was he's Robert De Niro's character's friend, but he's also kind of taking advantage of Robert De Niro's character, because this guy is like a big gambler, and he usually bets his dad and like takes money from him, and they bet on sports and stuff like that. And so I guess what kind of happens here, I guess it's the dance competition's coming up, and then they make this, and then it's kind of confusing because I guess, sorry, I don't mean to say, I know when you say something's about to be confusing, people are right away just like, man, this is gonna suck, this explanation. But basically, Robert De Niro's character, which is Bradley Cooper's dad in the film, is very superstitious, and he believes that the Philadelphia Eagles, because they're in the city of Philadelphia, and they got Robert De Niro's character is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. He believes that Jennifer Lawrence's character is like bad luck for Bradley Cooper's character and stuff like that. And that's the cause. She's causing the Philadelphia Eagles to lose games. And then, and then basically there's this big argument in the house, and they're all there, and basically what ends up happening is, God, sorry, I do not explain it very well, but that one guy that's the friend of Robert De Niro's character bets that they will score less than 5 points in the dance competition. Jennifer Lawrence's character and Bradley Cooper, and that also the Philadelphia Eagles will lose to, I think, the Dallas Cowboys, and something like that. And it's like this big bet that they're doing, and I forget how much money is on the line. And then, so basically, Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper have to get at least 5 points in this dance competition, because they know that they're going to lose, basically, because they're not experienced dancers. There's going to be a lot of experienced dancers there. And, yeah, so the dance competition happens, and they're okay at it, but they kind of, compared to the other professional dancers, they don't look great, but they do pretty well. They have a lot of heart and stuff like that, and they actually do achieve 5 points, which is, and then I think the Philadelphia Eagles won as well, I believe. And then basically his Bradley Cooper's character's ex-wife is there, but basically he ends up telling Jennifer Lawrence that he loves her, and then Jennifer Lawrence's character is just like, "You love me," and Bradley Cooper's yes, and says yes, and then they get together, and they're together now. And Bradley Cooper's character stops pursuing his ex-wife, so he changes, and yeah, sorry, that was like maybe the worst movie explanation of all time, but I guess it would be a coming-of-age film, but yeah, so thanks for watching. Okay, bye.